They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Million beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my...
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here we go. Go right in.
I can't believe they let you play.
Here we go. 54. Right in.
Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Push him back. Push him back.
To throw is Prescott. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for the tight end Lance Kendricks there. And that'll make it 3rd down. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Throwing, Prescott. And that is incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is Harris. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. We were just talking about him pregame. 3 tackles for a loss. Last week you thought he looked so explosive on film. Starting off good there. Another one in the 1st quarter.
He's every bit of what you described. And I don't want to make it too simplistic, but right now for him, it's see ball, get ball. And that's what he's doing really, really well, and he's doing it in the offense's backfield.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Brees now. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll run it now. This is Jarkandrick West. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Kill. Hey, easy. You're good. High 4, ready. Tonight.
From the 29, Breeze going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I was in school, math was not my strong suit, but I did learn enough to know how to play cover 3. 2 corners and a safety divide up the field in thirds. On this play, the corner didn't get fooled by anything in front of him. Kept his coverage all the way down the sideline in the deep third position and makes the interception.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Here's Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. 7 yards there and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Elliott. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Give them 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
They'll throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run with Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the man who broke Saints fans' hearts, Greg Zuerlein, on for the field goal. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later. with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Breeze. He's got this to his running back, Ty Montgomery. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. From the gun, it's Breeze. And he finds Cook. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers. In the last 2 years in Oakland, now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
Ready.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Breeze. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there, good for his Saints first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Breeze now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now Montgomery. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Don't get nervous.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Ready. 95-56. 95-56.
Under 10. Under 10.
You kill. Hey, easy.
Snap comes at 1. And now Breeze. Caught by Montgomery. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 39.
That's another Saints first
Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the Cowboys' 41-yard line.
Here we go. 70, Indy.
Watch the safety, Chris.
6-6, pull it high. 5.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar, and this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
First down, Dallas.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Check right 47.
Here we go, 47. We're going to 54. Right here. 26.
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. He's going to look end zone here for Cooper. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And that's the first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
Ready.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Heavy. Watch the back.
Here's Breeze to throw. And that's complete to Sanders. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. 1st and 10 at the 19. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
That's it. Big hit.
Ready. 95-56. 95-56.
It's a party now.
Kill.
It's a party now. Check 43. Switch.
Kill.
Say. 50.
Hey, zoom.
50.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Cook's got it. Touchdown Saints. Jared Cook, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
He's going to find Gallup here complete. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Prescott. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Prescott now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
56 to Mike, boy. 56. Check 56.
They'll throw again. Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a one-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Ready, yellow lady.
Mike is a 50. Check my 50. Come on.
Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down.
On first and 10, here's Breeze. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 52 yards.
First down. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be second and goal. Second and goal from the 1.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check 31. Check 31. Check.
Hey, kill.
They'll run for it with Bo Scarborough. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Bo Scarborough, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. What's good on the extra point. And the lead is up to 8. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do. Rush coming, and he's taken down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Kill. 47.
Third and long for Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. On the return, Harris. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Ready.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Breeze now to throw. And this is Cook with a grab. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. On the carry, it's Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Ready. 8, read.
We go.
He can run for it, and a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. On the counter, Elliott. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They go to Elliott again. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Breeze. It's caught by Garcon. 10 yards, good for the Saints, 1st down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And this is the 10th carry for Ty Montgomery. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
He may try and run for this. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Good spot on the field to go for it. Kind of no man's land, as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter's telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow. Might be too far for the field goal. So it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
Focus, defense, focus. Sammy! Go 50 into the mic. Coming to you.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Breeze. That's caught by Montgomery. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
On 2nd and goal, Breeze to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? He can run for it, and he will. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Last year, Dak Prescott had 3 fourth-quarter comebacks, and he's in search of another one right now. On 2nd and 12. Prescott, open man is Ross, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. They come up here on 1st and 10. Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Watch the pass.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott looking deep in the and this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
47's the mark, boy. 47. Check, 47.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Mike's 56. I got you.
From the shotgun, again to Elliott. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Malcolm Jenkins on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Saints.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, it's Elliott. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 30.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Mike, 53.
Prescott to throw. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down.
All right, let's just put it on the table real quick here. This is 2-minute drill. You got to know they're looking for their number 1 receiver.
Yeah, you'd think they'd be ready for that. That time they weren't. Back to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Go, go, go. 53. Check 53. Let's go, let's go. Mike, 53. 53. Mike. It's a party now.
Prescott. Forced out to his left. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Zerline's kick is up and through. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
95-56, easy.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
To throw is Breeze. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Here we go, G, get up.
Back to throw, Breeze. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Pierre Garçon, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
We ain't beginning to turn you up.
Over.
Don't get nervous.
On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used.
And got his man complete. There he goes left side. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Ready.
5-8, 5-8. Mike, 58, right there. I'm not ready. Whip.
Following the penalty, Montgomery. And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Ready. 5-9.
Check. Watch 54. Hey, come on, now. Come on.
First throw of overtime for Breeze. And his throw here's incomplete. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage.
You got to remember, because now that we're in overtime, mistakes get magnified. So you got to walk that line between being aggressive and being careful, because that was a dangerous throw right there. You obviously could not have an interception in this spot.
It nearly was an interception. He's lucky to get that one back.
Mike 5-4.
11.
If you don't get this one.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. And that will be incomplete. Well, what was the term that you just used a minute ago?
Well, especially in overtime, mistakes get magnified. So it's time for us to get our microscopes out, right? I mean, take a look at what's going on out there. That was very close to being a crucial play.
Yeah, got to look that ball in, didn't, and it hit the ground. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And what can Prescott do in the OT? Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Ready? You ready? Hey. Ready, set.
Now Breeze. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes, even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
I'm going back to you.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. It's caught inside the 25. And he is finally out of bounds, but he gets all the way down right around the 20.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way, just reached up and pulled it in, had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
They run, Montgomery, and not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 20-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run it with West. Overtime with less than 2 minutes to play, and we are still all tied. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goal is from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for New Orleans, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for
it. I got up and changed my situation. Looking at the view outside, I thought I would never make it. Every day, take, but that don't stop the money making. If you want it, go and take it. Ain't no point in hesitating. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.